our one-day retreat at the National Assembly, marking the end of the year as we leave the National Assembly to return in a few days' time to continue with our legislative business. The text of this statement is about the dictatorial conduct and poor leadership of His Excellency Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, the Governor of Benue State, and the need for His Excellency President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, to call Governor Alia to order. We, the undersigned, are members of the National Assembly Caucus, elected on the platform of APC, Benue State. Having watched with apprehension the absence of democratic leadership in Benue State in the last 6 months, exemplified by the arrogant and egocentric conduct of Governor Hyacinth Alia, we have decided to draw the attention of Mr. President and other leaders of APC in Nigeria to seek their immediate intervention before the fortunes of APC in Benue State are totally destroyed by the Benue State Governor. It is necessary to state from the onset that we have collectively and individually drawn the attention of the leader of APC in Benue State, Senator Dr. George Akumen, who is now the Secretary to Government of the Federation, and who has on several occasions pleaded for patience from us in the anticipation of a possible change of attitude from His Excellency Governor Hyacinth Alia. Rather than change for the better, Governor Alia has become more emboldened and has continued to treat us and the party in general in the most despicable, disgusting, disrespectful, and disingenuous manner. Gentlemen of the press, a background information on the status of APC in Benue State before now could be relevant at this juncture. Benue State APC, under the leadership of Dr. George Akume, as 2 times former governor of Benue State, 3 times senator, former minister, and now Secretary to Government of the Federation, had won elections and taken over power in Benue State in 2015 after APC was formed. Unfortunately, the then governor, His Excellency Samuel Otom, betrayed the party and defected to the PDP, thus opening the chapter of a temporary setback for APC in Benue State. Not daunted, Benue APC, under Senator Dr. George Akume, undertook a purposeful re-engineering of the Benue political landscape to reclaim her stolen mandate and return the state to the mainstream progressive politics in Nigeria. It is this now stronger APC that attracted Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia to desperately seek election on the party's platform. In retrospect, Father Alia only came to reap where he did not sow. In any case, you are well aware of the rejection of his candidacy by older members of the party, including litigations in several courts of law up to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. It took the stringent support of Dr. George Akume to extricate his candidacy from the destructive grip of his co-aspirants and eventual victory at the polls. Today, the ungrateful Father Alia, who had barely joined APC 2 months before the gubernatorial primaries, assumes a messianic posture and tends to appropriate the victory of APC in Benue State as a product of his so-called popularity, without regard to the painstaking and systematic efforts of the existing formidable political structure which has enthroned all the former governors before him and himself inclusive. The question begging for answer is, Why did this self-acclaimed popular priest not contest on the platform of either ABGA, PDP, or other smaller political parties in Benue State to test and affirm his self-acclaimed popularity? For clarity's sake, let us contextualize some of the dictatorial and egocentric tendencies of Governor Hyacinth Alia and his poor treatment of Benue APC in the last 6 months of his administration, including we members of the National Assembly. 1. The election of the Speaker of Benue House of Assembly. The position of the Speaker was zoned to the Jemba block of Benue Northwest Senatorial District, also called Zone B. Coincidentally, that is the birthplace of Senator Dr. George Akume. Whereas APC has 22 members out of the 32 members of the Assembly, Governor Alia connived with former Governor Gabriel Susam of PDP to produce a speaker different from the candidate preferred by APC. In the contest for the position of the speaker, Governor Alia held midnight meetings at the residence of Senator Gabriel Susam and got 10 PDP members to align with 7 recalcitrant APC members to beat the APC preferred candidate by a small margin of 2 votes. This began his unholy alliance with PDP to undermine and maltreat the legitimate members of APC in Benue State. 2. After the speakership debacle, the party again nominated and made a spread of principal officers of the Assembly comprising Majority Leader, Deputy Majority Leader, Chief Whip, and Deputy Chief Whip. Surprisingly, the Speaker joyfully agreed with the opposition party on all nominations from the PDP as endorsed by the state chairman of the party and secretary, but jettisoned the list submitted by his own party, the APC, and rather accepted the list that was unilaterally submitted to him by the governor through the governor's chief of staff. 3. It was an embarrassing experience for the party having to face the dejection in the hands of an administration it labored hard to install. However, the party submitted and sustained their faith in the governor and his government, even when they felt aggrieved and resorted to stand by the advice of the leader of the party, the SGF, whose counsel has always been for the party to pray for Governor Alia to succeed and to change from his undemocratic tendencies. 4. In the first meeting of the stakeholders that was held in Government House, the chairman of the party, Comrade Austin Agada, publicly went on his knees and to accept blames, even though there were no blames, and apologized to the governor and party members, requesting that they put behind the state assembly imbroglio and come together to save the party. In the meeting, the governor hypocritically praised the leader of the party with a promise to always work together so that Benue and the party will enjoy democratic dividends. He also pledged that going forward, he will try to involve the party and other critical stakeholders, including us, members of the National Assembly, in all the sensitive decisions, particularly in the nomination of commissioners and local government caretaker chairmen as we move forward. A promise that is, however, kept in breach. 5. In appointing his commissioners, His Excellency Governor Alia again excised a sole description without recourse to the normal tradition of requesting for nominations from local governments and disregarded the zoning arrangements and permutations and went ahead to make his independent choices as he deemed fit. Again, the party did not oppose him, but rather accepted to play along with him in the following hope that Governor Alia will change. 6. Why we do not support the dissolution of a democratic elected local government council. Governor Alia again single-handedly and singly and privately appointed all the caretaker chairmen in the 23 local government areas of Benue State without recourse to the party, ESCO, nor any other stakeholder in Benue State, to the extent that even members of opposition have been appointed by him in total disregard of zoning and reward for performance in the last election. Surprisingly, when the nominations were forwarded, the governor went on, as Alia said, and appointed whoever that he chose. Recall that the governor earlier requested the party leadership to nominate 3 persons per each local government, and that he would appoint from the 3 nominees from each local government. But the governor again threw away that list and appointed whoever he wanted, in total disregard of what has been the practice in Benue State. Number 7, disrespect to members of the National Assembly. Governor Hassan Alia, since assumption of duty, has not held any single meeting with members of the National Assembly who were elected on the same APC platform with him. Neither does he pick or return our telephone calls, not to talk of consulting them on political matters in the state. He has assumed the posture of a conqueror who does not care about the welfare nor the sensibilities of members of the National Assembly. In every other state of the Federation, members of the National Assembly are working in synergy with their governors to attract development from the center to their states of origin. This is not the case in Benue State. Governor Alia is running a one-man show.
We want to thank all of you for attending this one-day retreat. You have listened to the leader of the Caucus. We are here to support him and to endorse the statement that he has presented. And in doing that, I would like to expand on some of the issues raised in that address. First and foremost, I want to touch on the issue of nepotism. My name is Philip Agbese. I represent the good people of Adopopo Baribo Federal Constituency, and from the marginalized section of Benue State, the Idoma-speaking part of Benue State. It is very, very true that in time past, we have cried of marginalization, that the Idoma people have not been given the rightful position in the affairs of Benue State. But in the history of the state, we have not had it this bad under the current leadership of Father Hassan Alia. It is on this note, I want to say it is a crying shame that Benue State has become the personal property of one man who allocates government positions to his family members and friends. A man whose calling as a priest is to preach unity, fairness, and equity. Governor Hassan Alia has, instead of uniting the state and making it an example as a man of God that he should be and expected to be, has elevated nepotism and hatred against the Idoma-speaking people of Benue State to a statecraft and made corruption an instrument to be glorified. It will interest you to know that Governor Alia, since assumption of office on May 29, 2003, has embarked on skilled appointment, as majority of the key appointments have gone to his Kian State constituency, a part of Vadekia local government where Father Alia comes from. It is even believed in Vadekia local government area where Father Alia comes from that he is marginalizing the majority of that local government. Let me, for the purpose of emphasis, reel out the following appointments which Father Alia has made in his constituency, in his Kia State constituency within Vadekia local government area. Number 1, Abba Emmanuel Tile, Auditor General of the state. Dennis Akura, Special Advisor, Bureau on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Emmanuel Agema, Acting Chairman, Board of Internal Revenue from his Kia constituency. Grace Adagba, Chairman, Benue State Universal Basic Education Board, Subeb, from his Kia constituency in Vadekia local government. Raymond Asemaka, MD, Benue Investment and Property Company Limited, BIPC, from his Kia constituency. Emmanuel Chenge, Principal Private Secretary, from his Kia constituency. James Yopu, Executive Secretary, State Emergency Management Agency, from his Kia constituency. Stephen Numeve, State Project Coordinator, Rural Access and Cultural Marketing Project, from his Kia constituency. Tenengo Mende, Acting GM, Urban Development Board, from his Kia constituency. Professor Gabriel Akpe, DG, Bureau of Special Projects and Infrastructure, from his Kia constituency in Vadekia local government. Leonard Ajelo Viashima, Head of Benue State International Cooperation and Development Coordinating Unit, from his Kia constituency. Jonathan Giose, Special Advisor, Poverty Alleviation, from his Kia State constituency. Isaac Akanga, Special Advisor, Local Government Market Coordination, from his Kia State constituency in Vadekia local government. Temve Aginde, Special Advisor, Politics and Community Engagement, from his Kia State constituency. Joseph Ha, Special Advisor on Internal Security, from his Kia State constituency. Fateh Kaha Estofi, Senior Special Assistant on Culture, from his Kia constituency. Gwaza Ujamatu, SSA, Bureau Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, from his Kia State constituency. Julius Agbata, State Chairman, National Union of Road Transport Workers, appointed by the governor, first time in the history of Benue State for a governor to even be appointing the head of the Agbodos, all from his Kia constituency. Now, this he has taken to Ole Kia constituency. Tell me, distinguished and fellow Nigerians, what is therefore left for the people of Zosi, the Doma speaking side, where I come from? The glaring nepotism in the appointment has attracted widespread condemnation from all segments of the state who have seen the development as a slap on democracy. But that has not bothered the governor in any way. Before Governor Alia came into office, there was a long-standing tradition of carrying all stakeholders, including the State Working Committee of the political party in power and party elders, in the process of selecting people to be part of the government, either as cabinet members or as other political office holder. Governor Alia has seen as rubbish that process, which has always made things easy and acceptable to the people in a democracy. Though he's a reverend father, we wonder why a man who had no political platform to pursue his ambition now has total disregard for the party that gave him the space and grant to launch his political career. He's now operating a one-man show without carrying even the cabinet members that he has appointed into office. Today, as we speak, Christmas is 4 days away from here. Even members of his cabinet are hungry.